Hey guys, it's Elderbear Art here and I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to tell you how you can get your first art commission as a kid and what you're probably doing wrong and stuff you should start doing in order to get your first art commission. So let's get right into it. So right off the bat, we're going to talk about the most important thing, single-handedly most important thing in selling art commissions, and most people overlook it because it's such a basic thing, but if you aren't really focusing in on how you can hone it and really make it yours, commission sheets. It's something so basic, so superficial, but it's not something you want to overlook. The majority of people are making commission sheets that are hard to read and it's like overly complicated. You have to understand that that is the very first thing your customer is looking at. That is what they're going to think of when they think of you, and you have to make sure it is the most beautiful, gorgeous thing they're ever going to see, because when they want to get a commission, they're going to want to make sure it's nice and easy to read and they understand it. First of all, you're going to want to talk about your fonts. You do not want to be using cursive or script or anything that's really hard to read. Something that's super fancy with lots of curves and stuff. Anybody who's not speaking English as a first language is going to have trouble understanding it. Anybody who doesn't know how to read cursive is going to have trouble understanding it. Anybody who doesn't have time to try and figure out what the heck that's saying is going to have trouble understanding it. There are a lot of people who are going to be overlooking you just because they don't have time or they don't understand your commission sheet. So make sure you're picking out an easy to read, basic font for your commission sheets. It's not saying it has to be like so basic that it's Times New Roman, but it has to be something that's easy to read. And on top of that, you want to make sure you're picking out decent colors, not just for your entire commission sheet, but for the fonts as well. You want to make sure you're not picking out something that's like red and gray. You know how hard that is to read? It's awful. Make sure you're picking out nice, easy to read colors that aren't super neon, but also are bold and have enough contrast that you can understand it. I'd recommend looking up color palettes online, or like on Google. You can like literally search up like color palette, and you can use that to theme your whole commission sheet, and it'll make it a lot easier to read for most people, and you're more likely to get commissions because people can understand it. And talking about understanding it, please keep it simple and to the point. Do not have every last little description of everything on. It's okay to leave captions and making sure you like read out some terms of service and stuff on there. But if you have like a lot of rules on your commission sheets and stuff, which I recommend you do, you should put it onto a Google Docs file or something so you can send that to people if they're interested, rather than having everything listed on your commission sheet. But you should also make sure you include payment methods, prices. If you're missing info on there, people are less likely to buy from you because they don't understand how much they're going to be paying or what they're going to be able to pay with. So make sure you list all of your information, but not all of your information. So we're going to be taking a look at your professionalism. It's okay if you talk all cutesy and kawaii, making little hearts and all lowercase. Some people will actually buy from that because they think it's cute. Heck, I've done it once or twice. So it's not a big deal if you want to talk like that, but please make sure you are professional in how you actually like spell everything. If English isn't your first language, don't feel bad. Just please make sure you're making it easy to read and understandable, and making sure words aren't spelled wrong. Even if you have to run it through a spell checker a couple times, it's much more worth it because people are gonna think you're scamming, or you don't really know what you're doing, or you're not professional if you have things that are spelled wrong in your post, because you have to understand this is a professional advertisement for you. Even if art isn't your full-time job, it's not just a hobby for you if you're selling it. So you want to make sure your advertisement is easy to read and understandable. More on professionalism, you want to make sure you're not guilt tripping and begging, and a lot of people do this and I can't believe it. It's okay if you want to open up emergency commissions once in a while. Everybody gets into tight bind, and it's okay. It's a little bit of a humbling experience and stuff, but it's fine if you want to open up emergency commissions. I'm talking more to the fact that people are like, hey, my art's not great, not sure if anybody wants to buy a commission, but here we go, here it is, here's my art, if anybody's interested, DM me. Stuff like that isn't gonna sell. You're gonna think, oh hey, they're gonna think I'm so humble and nice, but no. What people are really thinking is, oh, that person might not finish my commission. They're not confident in their art. How do I know they're gonna finish it? How do I know it's gonna look okay? You don't wanna plant those seeds of doubt in a customer's mind. It's okay if you're not overly confident in your art, but please, please, please do not talk down your art in your advertisement post. I can't believe people do that. You really shouldn't be selling stuff you're not good at. So it's okay if you're not the most experienced artist in the world, if your art skill isn't quite there yet. If you're a younger artist, do not feel bad about how good your art is. Almost anyone can sell art at almost any level they're at. It's not entirely about skill. Skill does help get commissions, but it's not entirely about skill. What you really have to focus in on is your advertisement, and if you're selling stuff you're not that great at, you should stop doing that. So what I'm saying is, if you're not that great at drawing hands, Obviously, you should keep practicing drawing hands. If it's something you're not good at, you should try and get better at it. But if you're not good at it, if you're not good enough to sell it yet, don't offer it, because it's gonna look bad in your advertisement and people aren't gonna wanna buy it. So you wanna make sure your advertisement is the best work you have, so people can really understand what you're capable of. So if you're only really good at drawing characters with bust up, then only draw characters bust up and only offer that as a product. Don't offer full backgrounds if you're not good at drawing backgrounds. Just really hone in on what you're good at and sell what you're good at. Offer stuff people can use. As most younger, inexperienced artists aren't that great at drawing things in general. Offer stuff that people are able to use for like social media, profile pictures and channel banners, and maybe like VTubers for Twitch or whatever, and things like that. Stuff people can use, like even like D&D character fan art. So like if somebody's like wants to bring their Dungeons and Dragons character to life, offer things people can use, people want. Because if you're a younger, inexperienced artist, people aren't gonna buy your art all the time just because you're selling art. So they're not, like collectors and stuff probably aren't gonna go around looking to buy your art. So what you really wanna do is focus on stuff people will want to buy from you, which is stuff they can use. So profile pictures, headshots, all that kind of stuff that somebody can use for their social media and stuff. People are more likely to buy that kind of stuff. Really make sure you're advertising in the right places. Facebook groups for like beginner artists, or Reddits for like art commissioners, hungry artists, digital art, all that kind of stuff. Anything that's a high artist to customer ratio is not good. There's a huge imbalance there. So if you're offering commissions in a place that's full of artists, you should probably stop doing that and start focusing in on your niche. So if there's something you're really, really good at, so let's say you really like, so let's say you really like My Little Pony. Focus in on My Little Pony. Say, hey, I'll draw My Little Pony profile pictures for you. I'll draw your custom My Little Pony character. Or I used to really like Star vs. the Forces of Evil. I focused in on Star vs. the Forces of Evil fan art. I made a couple $100 just off of doing Star vs. the Forces of Evil fan art because I was one of fewer artists in that fandom. There's a lot less artists in Star vs. the Forces of Evil than there are in art commissions, Reddit and stuff. And especially in like these Facebook groups, you'll see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of artists go to these very few customers in these Facebook groups. You'll see comment after comment after comment every single time somebody says, hey, I'm looking to buy some art. There's so many more artists versus customers, and you have to really focus in on a niche where you're something you really enjoy, something you're good at drawing, and you really want to focus in on that rather than trying to go to these gigantic groups where there aren't as many customers because you're fighting for that attention, you're fighting for that money. So thank you guys so much for watching. If this video was helpful for you, please make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this in the future. And if you have any video requests, leave them down below in the comments. I'll be sure to link my Discord group down there and other social media if you're interested. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you all later. Bye.